Hi everybody, my name is Yasmin Rahmani and today I'll be showcasing my Fulbright presentation that I presented at the mid-year meeting here in Spain in the city of Santander. So let's begin. Before I start, I want to give you guys a little bit of a background. I was born in Iran. My family and I moved to the United States where I graduated from Georgia State University in Atlanta, Georgia, and also did research at Georgia Tech. Currently, I'm doing research at the Instituto de Biomedicina de Consejos Superiores de Investigaciones Científicas, which is located in the gorgeous city of Valencia. We are a neural regeneration laboratory, and our work primarily focuses on spinal cord injuries. Now, what makes our work so important is that there currently is no treatment for spinal cord injuries. What does that mean? Well, if you were to get into a car accident, which is one of the #1 causes of spinal cord injuries, there's absolutely nothing a neurosurgeon can do for you to help you recover from the damage. The damage is almost always permanent. Now, the severity will depend on whether or not the injury is complete or incomplete, and also the location. If you can see here, if you damage your cord at any of the thoracic levels, you're basically looking at life in a wheelchair. If you damage your cord at any of the higher levels in the cervical region, you're still looking at life in a wheelchair, but this time with little to no use of your arms. In the worst case scenario, you damage your C1, C2 vertebra, and you won't even be able to breathe without the help of a ventilator. This was the fate of our hero Superman. The late Christopher Reeves suffered a C1, C2 injury that left him paralyzed from the neck down. However, his legacy helped bring about a lot of awareness for spinal cord injuries, as well as help push funding for coming up with a treatment for this devastating condition. Now, what is it going to take to cure this? Well, I'd like to read this quote that was published in the Journal of Spinal Cord, which states, "As the cast of villains in spinal cord injury is vast and collaborative, so too must be the chorus of heroes that rise to meet them." I really like this quote because it helps demonstrate the obstacles we as scientists face to come up with a treatment for this devastating condition. A spinal cord injury is an incredibly complex injury, and there's no one magic bullet that's going to cure these individuals. Specifically, our laboratory, our work is looking at investigating olfactory and sheathing glia. These type of cells, before I get into it, I'm going to actually show this quick diagram that helps describe what are these cells and where they can be found. Okay, here. Olfactory and sheathing glia are a special type of cells found in your olfactory bulb, located here. The treatment strategy would involve getting a hold of these cells by performing a surgery and actually removing the olfactory bulb. This process is known as a bulbectomy. We would later take this bulb into the laboratory. We would purify them and later perform another surgery in the same patient that we removed the bulb and transplant them near the site of injury, both rostral and caudal to the site of injury. Now, these type of cells have been investigated in our laboratory for over 10 years. That has been the work of Dr. Almudena Ramon Cueto. She is my boss, my mentor, and a phenomenal role model. The list of her accomplishments are impressive. You can see here in all the journals she's published. But the most important being is that her entire scientific career has been dedicated to applying these cells for a treatment for spinal cord injuries. She's in fact shown that these cells have functional recovery, not only in paraplegic rats, but also in paraplegic monkeys. This treatment strategy, the future clinical implication of it, and what makes this treatment strategy so important, in my opinion, is that this is an autologous treatment. What does that mean? Well, that means that if I I were to break my back, I could use cells from my own body to come up with the treatment that I need. Now, this strategy would mean that we would avoid any chance of immune rejection. This is one of the number one problems with stem cells, is that we put these cells in there, stem cells, and the majority of them end up dying because they're not cells of your own body. In this treatment strategy, we would avoid immune rejection and also avoid the use of any immunosuppressive drugs, which is also another benefit of using olfactory sheathing glia. Now, in her most recent publication, at least in the rodent models, she has shown that this treatment can also be used not only for patients that have just received the injury in the acute phase, but can also have the potential of treating patients that have had an injury for years or months, which is known as the chronic phase. Now, if you guys like to find out more information about our exciting research here, I'd like to refer you to a couple of links here. We have the Fundación that helps fund our research. You can find their website here. Obviously, the institute that I work at, Instituto de Biomedicina, IBV, and of course, my blog, whereisyasmin.com. Now, before I go, since I'm a Fulbright researcher here in Valencia, my presentation would not be complete without a picture from Fallas. And since I wasn't able to enjoy it because I was doing this presentation, I put together this photo. This is David and Zach, who are also Fulbright researchers in Valencia, and myself here photoshopped in there so that you guys can see what I could have been enjoying had I been there. Thank you very much.